Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's MargaretGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I've got a coffee that is well named. I'll explain in a minute. Hang on. Let me get this morning's first sip. Hang on. That is terrific. Courtesy of viewer James Sefton. Wawa coffee right there. How about that? Yeah, Wawa. Thank you, James. Really, really terrific. There it is. Smooth and mellow, our classic blend. Wawa coffee, and I'm using it in my Been There coffee mug, the State of Ohio Been There coffee mug. This came to the channel courtesy of viewer Beth Jones. Beth, thank you very, very much. Now, we're using Wawa coffee in my Ohio mug because it's been a wow week here in Ohio, especially Northeast Ohio. You probably saw it on the news or online someplace. Hang on 1 minute. Let me back up just a little bit. Steve Gregory sent this along, and this was kind of a precursor to everything that happened. And he wrote, good afternoon, Mark. Just a suggestion for your morning shave. I know tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and we all love sterling soap. So I thought I might suggest using Sharp Dressed Man and a shave scuttle because it is so cold in southeastern Kentucky, and I'm sure it's cold there too. I know that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Sterling Trifecta Splash and Balm, all with a Rex Council. Hope all is well. All my best for everybody. Steve Gregory and Kentucky and Boom Lather, he writes. Yeah, Steve, thanks so much. And yeah, it was cold. It was the coldest St. Patrick's Day on record since 1984. But again, let me back up. The Friday before St. Patrick's Day, we had this huge windstorm that came through. On my way home from work, I had 5 detours. It took me almost like a little over double the time to get home. And when I got home, luckily I had electricity. I had power. That was nice to have, but a lot of other homes in the area were knocked out of power. There were down trees and power lines, that sort of thing. And then on Sunday, it was 72 degrees. It was beautiful. And I took a walk through the neighborhood, and it was snow. We went from 72 degrees to like 28 degrees. I was going to say below freezing, 28 degrees, something like that, 24 degrees and snow. And then on St. Patrick's Day, it was about 25 degrees, 24, 25 degrees. And we had a meteor over Cleveland. Yes, I don't know if you saw that online, but we had a meteor. It made this huge sonic boom. I was at work in my office and I heard this big boom, and a coworker came in. And Tom asked me, "What did you hear that? What was that?" And I thought it was a garbage truck over in the warehouse area. Like at the end of where our building is. There's some warehouses back there, and I thought it was a big garbage truck, and they had dropped one of those big metal dumpsters on the pavement. And because it was empty, and because of all those large walls from the warehouses, I thought it just echoed through the whole area. And I said, I think it's a dumpster. And my brother Tom, also named Tom, my brother Tom called up and said, and asked, "Did you hear that?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Big boom." I said, "Yeah, I heard a big boom. I thought it was a dumpster falling off of a garbage truck." He said, "No, Mark," he said, "it's a meteor or an asteroid or something like that." Sure enough, this was online right here, meteor strike. All this happened in like 48 hours, 48 to 72 hours. We had 72 degrees, a snowstorm, and then a meteor on St. Patrick's Day. Breaking news, a 7-ton asteroid. Now they're calling it an asteroid here, meteor, asteroid. A 7-ton asteroid exploded over northeast Ohio just before 9 a.m. on 3/17/2026, that's St. Patrick's Day, ripping through the atmosphere at 45,000 miles per hour before detonating with the force of 250 tons of TNT. Wow. NASA says the fireball first appeared 50 miles above Lake Erie, northeast Ohio, right over Cleveland. It was streaking through the sky and fragmented 30 miles above Valley City, Ohio in Medina County. That's just south of Cleveland. So it went right over Cleveland going south. And I guess they heard this as far away as Pittsburgh, New York City, down in Kentucky. Yeah. Wow. Talk about an event on St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah, that was really, really something. So, again, on Friday we had the big windstorms. And then on Sunday we had this beautiful day, 72 degrees. And then Monday we had cold and snow. And then on St. Patrick's Day, Tuesday, we had a cold day on St. Patrick's Day with snow and a meteor above Cleveland, Ohio. How about that? My gosh. Wow, talk about a wow weekend. That's why, a weekend, a wow weekend, a wow week. Yeah, it was really something, all culminating on St. Patrick's Day. Let me get another sip. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, so some exciting times here in Northeast Ohio. Great to be with you this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. As we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Let me get one more sip. I'm really excited to tell you that story. Oh, that's terrific. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. Really do appreciate that. If you're listening to the audio podcast this morning, thanks very much for tuning in via all those great streaming platforms like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, those kinds of things. Thanks very, very much for tuning in via all those great streaming platforms. Boy, we got a great show for you this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really, really do appreciate it. Let me get over to some of my topics here. Click on that. We'll go right down to the topics. Yeah, okay. So we got a really, really terrific, neat viewer shaving tip regarding the Cube 2.0. I know a lot of viewers out there love the Cube 2.0, and this one comes from 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. Thank you very much for that shaving tip. We've got another great Shave Den visit lined up. Got some great reminders. Oh, I got a giveaway update for you, and also a little bit of housekeeping. We'll get to that as well. We also have some great refill comments, some new wet shaving gear. We're going to revisit some shave soaps that we've talked about in the past, but I want to make you aware of them. And we also have some questions and comments to kind of wrap it all up. So great to be with you this morning. I hope you had an uneventful yet enjoyable week. Maybe not as exciting as the one we had here. By the way, if you happen to hear that sonic boom from the meteor and you don't live in Ohio, let me know where you are. Are you in Kentucky, Indiana, New York, Pennsylvania? Let me know if you heard that sonic boom on St. Patrick's Day, right around a little after 9 a.m. in the morning. All right, great to be with you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. And he writes, a thought on the cube and preserving the label and artwork and wrapper. We've talked about this in the past. We had a similar tip about preserving the label and the wrapper when using the cube. Well, here is 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes approach to this. And he continues here, remove the entire wrapper and put the label into a Ziploc sandwich bag, clear plastic, and cut the cube into a few square sections or smaller or approximate, and store these in some other convenient plastic container. That's a fantastic, fantastic idea. You can take the cube and maybe cut it in half or cut it into 4 sections and store it in a container along with that label in a plastic bag so you know what kind of cube you have there. If it's a different scented cube or if it's mentholated or not mentholated, that sort of thing, you'll know. And you'll be able to use the cube sections one at a time. And when one wears down and it's almost gone, you can grab a fresh one and start anew. That is an absolutely fantastic, fantastic idea. So 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. thank you very, very much for a terrific original shaving tip regarding use of the Cube 2.0. Now, in going through my files, my digital files, I was trying to find a photograph of the George sketch that I had sent to 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. As you know, whenever I send out a sketch, I ask for the viewer to please take a photo of it and send it back so we can share with all the viewers out there. And I couldn't find it. And I was thinking, now, wait a minute. I know that he had sent in a shaving tip previously. So I went through my actual files and I found, I found your George sketch from 12/19/2022. I don't believe you ever sent me your address. If you did, I missed it. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste, although a little late, a lot late actually. So my apologies if I missed your address. So please get that address to me and I will send to you your original George sketch. How about that? And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. Thanks so much for a terrific shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup, boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes courtesy of viewer James Gosda, Jim from Northfield, and he writes, "Hey Mark, I was very fortunate again with this new old stock razor. It's a Wilkinson Sword 7-day Empire razor set. It's in mint condition. If it was used, it wasn't by much. The blades appear to have little to no use. Even the strop still has the wax protective paper intact. Best of all, these razors, especially in this condition, go for $130 plus, but I snagged this one for just $65. It's an incredible deal. As always, right time, right place. Thanks. Have a great week." And that's from Jim from Northfield. Wow, Jim, that's absolutely gorgeous. I learned so much from the viewers, and this is another razor that I'm not too familiar with. It. I think it's one of these strop razors. I think that's what it is. You put the blade in there somehow, and I think you insert the strop, and then you move the razor head back and forth on the strop. I think that's how it works. I'm not entirely sure. Folks, if you have any more information on how it functions, please comment below and let me know. I asked Jim if he was going to shave with it or just use it as a display piece, and he wrote back the following: "I do plan on shaving with it at least once. I have another set that is identical to it, just not in as good a shape. I learned of a hack where I can convert modern blades to it for use. But this set will be a display piece primarily." Well, hey, if you can share that razor blade hack for us with this particular kind of razor, please send that along and we'll share that with all the viewers. That sounds marvelous. And really a really neat razor and a great part of the wet shave history. That is so very neat, and you got it at a really nice price point. So there you go, folks. Again, do a little bit of research, know what you're looking for, and just investigate eBay, Etsy, local antique stores, that sort of thing, and you'll find a piece of wet shaving history and treasure just like James has right here. James, thanks again very much. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com, from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Viewer Aaron Watson sent along this heads up regarding the Maggard meetup for 2026. Aaron, thank you very, very much. His email heading reads, Maggard 2026 meetup. Hey, Mark, just thought I would pass this along for the 3MB. Thanks, Aaron Watson. He included the link. We'll include the link below so you can check it out and get a ticket. Here's the Cliff Notes version of what's going on this year with the Maggard meetup for 2026. Maggard Razors will host its 9th annual wet shaving meetup on April 25th, 2026 from noon to 4 p.m. at 124 South Winter Street in Adrian, Michigan. After drawing more than 185 attendees last year, the 2026 event will cap attendance at 180 and feature up to 18 vendors. A $36 ticket includes a $14 meal voucher for select downtown restaurants, complimentary drinks throughout the day, entry into over 100 door prize drawings for those who purchase tickets before April 23rd, vendor samples, and a massive pay-it-forward table for swapping gear. Attendees can also meet well-known artisans from across the wet shaving community. An informal after-meet gathering will take place that evening at the Hampton Inn and Suites, which also offers a preferred group rate. Several other nearby hotels are available as well. So there it is. All the information regarding this year's Maggard meetup for 2026. We'll have a link to the page below where you can get tickets and check out all the information in detail. I've got my ticket. I hope to see you there. Well, also regarding the Maggard meetup, we received this from Marcus Allen regarding the group rate and available hotels. And Marcus sent this along. Update. Apparently, the only hotel offering the group rate of $114 per night is the Hilton Inn. Maggard's was kind enough to provide me with a link where you can book a hotel room. Now, that link is also on the page where you purchase tickets, and we'll have that link to that page below. Please pass this along to your viewers on the Monday Morning Mailbag so the ones attending can take advantage of this great group rate. Thanks again, Mark. Oh, Marcus, thank you very much for passing this along, and I believe there's also a phone number on the ticket page where you can call the Hilton Inn and get this group rate. So check it out on the ticket page. We'll have that link below where you can buy your tickets and also click on the link to get the group rate at the Hilton Inn Hotel. Or you can just call them and let them know you're going to be attending the Maggard meetup. And that's the only hotel offering the group rate of $114 per night. So a big thank you to Marcus Allen for passing that along to everyone. Marcus, thanks again very, very much. Well, this morning we have a giveaway update, and viewer Scott Martin received his Valentine's Day giveaway prize package. He sent along this photo and he wrote the following: Mark, the incredible Valentine's Day giveaway arrived today, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I'm proud to add every single thing here to my shave den. I'm really blown away and humbled by your viewers that allowed this contest to happen. Treat just happens to be one of my favorite blades, and Satsuma is one of my favorite scents. Italy has a long tradition of orange-scented shaving products, and I know Sterling does it great over here. Probably my favorite item here is the Mula 80th Anniversary Razor. I am a huge fan of Mula and other companies like Edwin Jagger that quietly do an incredible job decade after decade. This Mula razor is a wonderful piece of history. Also, the one blade will be my first ever single blade shave, long overdue. I have to mention the mug, the brush, and the scoop too. Wow! Tomorrow's shave is going to be really fun. Cheers, and thank you again for this wonderful prize package. Your friend, Scott. Scott, thank you so much for sending along this photo and also the update. I'm so glad that all the items were received in good condition. Congratulations again. Enjoy those shaves. Thanks once again for a terrific update. Well, this morning we have a second giveaway update. That's right. Going on right now is a St. Patrick's Day Luck o' the Lather giveaway. We launched that on St. Patrick's Day. So we'll have a link to the page below where you can enter. The deadline to enter is March 31st, 2026. All you have to do is go up to that video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment below that video. And you'll also see the wonderful prize package that we're giving away that was sponsored by viewer EZD and Patricia Bagwell. So thank you again to EZD and Patricia Bagwell for very kindly and generously sponsoring this giveaway. Now, one other note. As you know, it's open to everyone around the world. However, United States Postal Service rules prevent me from shipping alcohol-based products internationally. So if our winner lives outside the U.S., they'll receive the full price package minus the 3 alcohol-based items. And those items are the alcohol-based splash from Sterling Soap Company, Sharp Dressed Man, right there. So we cannot send you the Sharp Dressed Man Aftershave Splash. It's alcohol-based. The Florida Water Cologne Aftershave, cannot send you this. This is also alcohol-based. And the Lavanda Shaving Cream. This also contains alcohol, so we will be unable to send this to you as well. However, you'll receive everything else in the prize package. I apologize, but those are the United States Postal Service rules. I cannot ship alcohol-based products internationally. So if you live in the United States, you're going to get everything. If you live outside the United States, you're going to get everything minus those 3 alcohol-based products. Again, my apologies, but those are the rules. Again, the St. Patrick's Day Luck o' the Lather giveaway going on right now. We'll have a link below where you can check it out and enter. Deadline is March 31st, 2026. Good luck to everyone. Well, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do this morning regarding the St. Patrick's Day Luck o' the Lather giveaway. And a big thank you to viewer James Gaza for the heads up on this, as well as James Sefton and another viewer named Nicholas. We had a scammer in the comment section of this giveaway. And that scammer was impersonating me with my name and my George cartoon logo. The scammer was replying to comments and saying that people had won. It wasn't me. It was a scammer impersonating me. When I found out about this, I immediately blocked the scammer and I reported the scammer to YouTube, and they will be taking the appropriate action. So know this going forward. I never reply to comments in the comment section of a giveaway video. Never, never, never. Why? Because I don't want my name in the hopper during the selection process where my name is in there multiple times, perhaps getting in the way of other entries. So I refrain from ever replying to comments on a giveaway video. So just know that. And if you see my name again replying to comments, report it to me because it's a scammer. Just send me an email at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and put in the subject heading scammer with an exclamation point. You can also send that email to georgetune@gmail.com. So my thanks to James Gaza very, very much for pointing this out. And my thanks to everyone out there for your patience and understanding. We have gotten rid of the scammer. We've reported to YouTube. And moving forward, we'll have a good, fun, fair giveaway. If it happens again, report it to me at those two email addresses, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, georgetune@gmail.com, and we'll take the appropriate steps to remove them again. So never, 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 never fall for someone replying with my name or some other kind of name. The deadline is what the deadline is. There are never any early winners. We select that winner on the date that we have specified. So don't fall for any of these scammers. And I thank you again for your patience and understanding regarding this. And good luck to everyone. March 31st, 2026 is the deadline for the St. Patrick's Day Luck of the Lather giveaway. That's when we'll be selecting a winner. Good luck to everyone. James, thanks again very, very much. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low. That time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get another sip. Oh, yeah, that's terrific. That is a great coffee. A big thank you to James Sefton for the Wawa coffee because we had a wow week here in Northeast Ohio. And a big thank you to Beth Jones for the Starbucks Been There Ohio coffee mug. Thank you very, very much, Beth. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, we're using the Ohio mug and the Wawa coffee because we had a wow week in Northeast Ohio. My gosh. We had beautiful weather, snow, big winds, a meteor on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, it ran the full gamut of a St. Patrick's Day to remember. That's for sure. Hang on, let me get another sip here. That is really, really good coffee. And is it healthy coffee? Well, if you want to know if the coffee you're drinking is healthy, the black coffee you're drinking is healthy, check out the Black Coffee Life website by Mantic59, where he talks about all the health benefits of drinking black coffee. And don't forget the Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. Hardcover collection of great Lockhorns cartoons, and there's plenty of year left to get the Lockhorns 2026 Laugh-A-Day calendar. Start your day off with a great Lockhorns cartoon each and every morning. And of course, the Lockhorns by my good friends Bunny Host and John Reiner. How about that? Thanks very, very much for allowing me to do a little bit of housekeeping there. Now that we got that all settled, let's get on to some of these comments here. Hang on, one more sip. Yeah, Wawa is good for a wow week. We got this from Mark USO USA. And he writes here, I actually use camellia oil to lubricate the threads of my safety razors. What camellia oil is, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's CAMELLIA, camellia oil. Camellia oil, also called tea seed oil, comes from the seeds of the camellia plant, often called Camellia oleifera. It's been used for centuries in Japan, China, and Korea for cooking, skincare, and hair care. Geishas famously used it to maintain glossy hair and smooth skin. How about that? Hey, Mark, USO USA, thanks very much. There you go, folks. Another option to lubricate the threads of your safety razor, camellia oil, because James Sefton introduced us to Penn Real Grease. And we talked about that last week. So check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag, where James Sefton introduced us to that product, and he uses it to lubricate the threads of his safety razors. But here's another option, camellia oil. Mark, thanks very, very much. Mike, 9701 writes, "Hi, Mark. Great Monday morning mailbag. Thank you. Fantastic segments as always. Just to add to the discussion on razor lubricants, I use a small drop of food-grade mineral oil to the razor threads to keep them nice and smooth. This really works very nicely for me." Well, have a great start to your week, and sending best regards as always. Hey, Mike, thanks very much. Folks, there's another option, food-grade mineral oil. That'll keep your threads on your safety razor nice and lubricated and smooth, operating smoothly. Mike, thanks very, very much. This comes from Joe Fagan, 6244. Philadelphia's St. Patrick's Day Parade was yesterday. Now, he left this in last week's Monday Morning Mailbag, which was March 16th. And Philadelphia's St. Patrick's Day Parade was Sunday, March 15th. I was unaware of that because I was talking about it during the show, and I assumed it was going to be held on St. Patrick's Day, the 17th. In Cleveland, it's always held on St. Patrick's Day, the 17th. In Akron, it's held like the weekend before. Akron, Ohio's St. Patrick's Day was March 14th, a Saturday. Philadelphia's was March 15th, a Sunday, and I caught my error in time for second cup. But Joe, thank you very, very much for pointing that out. Really, really do appreciate that. He continues here. It starts with a Catholic Mass over at St. Patrick's Church, not far from the start of the parade route. Joe, thank you very, very much, and a belated happy St. Patrick's Day to you as well. This comes from Jim G, 7755. I think this is Jim from Northfield. Hey, Mark, you are correct with your assessment. That's all you have to do if you need to shim a single edge blade in a lather catcher. Yeah, this is Jim from Northfield. We talked about these lather catchers last week, and we had a tip from a viewer on how to shim a blade in a lather catcher. Jim from Northfield continues here. Also, if you need to make a standard DE razor more aggressive or more mild, simply take an old blade, cut off both edges of blade with scissors, and place that blade on top or on bottom, depending if you want more aggressive or more mild of the new blade, and load it into the razor. This will adjust the aggression level in your razor. I did this for a razor that was so mild that it wouldn't even cut. So you increase the aggression level by using a second DE blade, and you just cut the sharp parts of it and then use that as a shim, if I got that correct. Hey, Jim, thanks very much for that tip. And also thanks very much for explaining the lather catcher shim tip as well. Really do appreciate that. This comes from Jason, NYC 2006. Mark, as usual, another great 3MB show. I love the audience input and how you dispense it. Hey, thanks very, very much. I thought this was the easiest way to share comments with all the viewers out there from other viewers, and I'm glad that you like the format. I have a great time doing it, and it's great reading everyone's comments and getting it into show notes and that sort of thing. And it reminds us of some other past subjects that we've talked about. It also spurs on some new discussions in some other areas that we haven't considered before. So yeah, it's a great, great way of getting a lot of great information from fellow wet shavers and viewers to other fellow wet shavers and viewers out there. And again, my thanks to everyone for all your contributions to the channel. I say it all the time, and I mean it very, very sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. Jason, thanks again for the comment. Really do appreciate it. This comes from Heiko Retzler. This is Heiko Shaves, I believe. And he writes, "Good morning, Mark, from Germany." This is Heiko Shaves from Germany. Yes, unfortunately, it's true that the wonderful Tabak original shaving soap is apparently being discontinued. We had this information, I believe it was Keith Osmond who passed it along last week. Tabak is going away. If you don't have Tabak or you're running low, get it now, because the shaving soap is no longer going to be available, and that includes the shaving stick. Anyhow, Heiko continues here. That's a real shame. I quickly ordered a jar for myself since it's almost impossible to find in stores anymore. There is enough Tabak soap in my shave den now for the rest of my life. Well, so, you went on a little bit of a spending spree for your shave den. And he says here, sure, some manufacturer will copy the scent soon enough, but it's a pity when traditional products like this disappear from the market. Best regards, Heiko. Yeah, it is a shame. It was such a staple in the wet shaving community, in the wet shaving world for so long. I think it was first introduced in the middle to late 1950s, if I recall that correctly. And it's just a classic barbershop scent and great performance. And as I've mentioned before, it was a game changer for my wet shave during my wet shave journey. It just took me to the next level, and I love it. I really, really do. And I have a tallow version available, and I also have the new non-tallow version available. And it's terrific. It really is. So, and I love the scent. Now, the shaving cream is going to stay around. The aftershave will stay around, and some of the other grooming products will still be available. But the shave soap, the refill of the shave soap in the bowl, the refill of the shave soap, and the shave stick are no longer going to be available. So if you come across them, snap them up. If you've never tried it, if you've never tried the shave soap before, you can get a shave bowl or a refill. Do so. It's really, really terrific scent. I think you'll enjoy it a lot. I know I did. It was, again, like I say, it just took my wet shave to the next level. Really, really terrific. Heiko, thanks very, very much for that update on that. Really do appreciate it. This comes from Stan Chapman, 55. Hello, Mark. Sorry to hear Tabak is being discontinued, but they lost me when they reformulated from tallow to vegan. Tallow is such a good product, I'm even using a tallow-based moisturizer now. I don't have anything against vegan shave and skin products, but tallow just works better for me. Maybe why I get so many compliments. I don't look my age of 70 years old. Who knows? Could very well be. Stan, good for you. That's great. And again, your mileage may vary. That applies to this. There are a lot of great non-tallow shave soaps out there. Phoenix Shaving, perfect example. They make some great lathering shave soaps with wonderful protection. No tallow at all. And Sterling Soap Company, they make some great tallow-based shaving soaps. And I think there was a debate there between Tabak, non-tallow, and tallow. I've used the tallow version just recently, this past week, and boy, was it good. So I have to use the non-tallow version again and see how that stacks up. I like them both. I really do. But I get what you say about tallow. I think there's something a little different in Tabak tallow. It gives it a little more something, maybe a little more body. I'm not sure. Maybe a little more creaminess. I'm not sure. I was going to say creaminess. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to use the vegan version again, and we'll see. So, Stan, thanks again for that comment. Really do appreciate it. Hey, comment below and let us know if you like the vegan better than the tallow of Tabak or the Tabak. I remember when I messed up the pronunciation of Tabak. I was calling it Tabak. No, Tabak. Comment below and let us know which you prefer, the Tabak tallow or the Tabak non-tallow. Would really be interested in reading those comments. Stan, thanks again very, very much. This comment comes from Opossum Crusader. That's a great screen name. And Opossum Crusader left this comment in the St. Patrick's Day Luck of the Lather giveaway comment section. And I thought I'd share this with you because I asked viewers out there when they they entered and left a comment. If they wanted to share a St. Patrick's Day tradition or a St. Patrick's Day anecdote, well, Opossum Crusader wrote the following. I'm going to be honest. I thought that cologne bottle was a bottle of schnapps at first. Laugh out loud. That was the Florida water bottle. For St. Patrick's Day, the eldest member of the family would hide fake gold coins that had to be found throughout the day. The children used the coin to buy prizes the adults had brought, and of course, green food is abundant. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. God bless. That's a great tradition. That's marvelous. A lot of great memories there, I would imagine. This comes from Mark W. Kenny, also another St. Patrick's Day tradition and anecdote. Hello, Mark. I like to wear green and go out with friends and family to the Kansas City, Missouri St. Patrick's Day parade. Then go to our favorite Irish bar and eat corned beef and cabbage with a few drinks. Thanks for the great giveaway, everyone. Hey, that's a really nice tradition, Mark. Thanks very much for sharing that. This comes from viewer Necros Manser, and he writes, Happy St. Patrick's Day. That brush is beautiful. As for tradition, of course, got to watch the Leprechaun movies and make an Irish brown bread. Thanks to those that make these giveaways possible. Yeah, a big thank you again to Easy D and Patricia Bagwell for making the St. Patrick's Day Luck of the Lather giveaway possible. And Irish brown bread, a good friend of the family, Kathleen Coyne, every year makes us an authentic Irish soda bread, and it's awesome. Thank you, Kathleen. Yeah, I love that with my morning coffee. It is awesome. You cut a slice of that soda bread, you put some butter on there, you have that with your coffee. Man, that is great. Nothing better. Absolutely. Thanks to Kathleen. And thank you, Necros Manser, for the nice comment. Really do appreciate that. This comes from Grams4210. Great giveaway, Mark. Being Irish, this is a magnificent giveaway with some great shaving supplies. Our family always likes a good walk in the Dublin Mountains and a few pints of stout to keep the spirits up. Best of luck to everyone. And that's from Graham in Ireland, all the way from Ireland. Wow, Graham, thanks so much for checking in, and thanks so much for sharing your St. Patrick's tradition, your St. Patrick's Day tradition with everyone. Really, really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Well, I wanted to share with you an update from viewer Beth Jones regarding her husband, Jim. As many of you know, Jim suffered a stroke recently. And this is a picture of Jim and Beth both. We're sharing with you on screen. And Beth sent along the following email. Mark, I'm so sorry I haven't been in touch with you sooner. I wanted to provide you with an update regarding Jim. Jim spent a week in the hospital, and the doctors have told me that he will make an almost 100% recovery. Wow, that's marvelous. The blood clot will, in time, be absorbed by the body, but it will leave behind some mild damage to the right side of the brain. The stroke occurred on the right side of the brain, which has resulted in some mild weakness on the left side, and Jim is left-handed. He is improving every day. He has home health and physical therapy visiting twice a week. And today, for the first time, Jim drove to church for the first time today. Isn't that great? That's awesome. Interestingly, the stroke was caused by the medication Jim has been taking to treat the CLL that Jim has. And the doctor said that about 4% of the people taking that medication, it will cause blood pressure to spike, resulting in a stroke. Thank you so much for your continued thoughts and prayers. Keep them coming because we sure could use them. Jim is slowly getting better every day. And she adds here regarding the photo that we're showing you right now, attached is a photo of Jim and I in our house in Chattanooga before we moved here to Texas. And she's just saying here, thanks, very, very thanks. God bless everyone out there in the audience for all your thoughts and prayers. And I responded to her, and I thought that was just great news. I told her it was absolutely great news. And she wrote back and she said, Just knowing people are concerned is both appreciated and humbling. Jim still has a long recovery ahead of him, but it has been encouraging indeed. We're going to have to manage his blood pressure medication, and at some point, Jim will begin a new medication for his CLL, but for now, it seems to be okay, so that is being closely watched as well. God is so good, and what an answer to prayer this has been indeed, and she wanted again thank everyone out there for their thoughts and their prayers, their words of encouragement. And she says, it's been like chicken soup for the soul. And that's from Beth Jones. Some wonderful, wonderful news regarding Beth Jones's husband, Jim, and making a great, great recovery from that stroke that he suffered recently. Boy, great news indeed. And again, folks, thank you very, very much for all your words of encouragement, your thoughts and your prayers for both Jim and Beth. That's been absolutely wonderful. What an absolutely awesome community the wet shaving community is. My thanks to everyone out there, and please continue thoughts and prayers for Jim and Beth. Beth, thank you so much for a wonderful, wonderful update. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, this morning you heard a little bit of a discussion on lubricating the threads of your safety razor, and that came about because of James Sefton talking about using Penn reel grease to lubricate the threads of his razors. And James very, very kindly and generously sent along to the channel, here it is, Penn Precision Reel Grease right there. Check that out. Get that focused there, right? Okay, maybe you get that right there. Can you see that? How about that? Maybe bring it back a little bit and we'll zoom in on it. Yeah, there we go. How about that, huh? Yeah, and I'll show you what it looks like inside. Okay, right like that, huh? How about that? Yeah, so you just take a little bit of this and just put a little bit around the threads of your three-piece or two-piece safety razors, and that'll keep them performing well and running smoothly. How about that? Cuts down on the wear and tear of those threads. Really, really terrific little product. Penn Precision Reel Grease. We'll get a link to this up on Amazon so you can check it out for yourself if you want to go this route and use a really, really neat product that James Sefton highly recommends. So James, thanks again very, very much for sending this to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Well, here's a shave soap from the folks at Yaki that I believe we shared with you once before. Regardless, it's worth another look. Again, from Yaki and Master Soap Creations, Opulence. Boy, is this a great scent. This is really, really terrific. And as they write, Opulence is an homage to 212 VIP Black. This invigorating scent is an addictive blend of fierce absinthe, smooth lavender, and a cloud of sexy musk designed to intoxicate the senses. This is a good one. This really is. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is perfect for an evening night out. This is great. Very refined, gentlemanly, has a nice masculine edge to it. Yeah, here's the scent profile. Top notes are absinthe, anise, and fennel. The middle note is lavender. The base notes are black vanilla, husk, and musk. How about that? That is terrific. Yeah, that is really, really good. Opulence from Yaki and Master Soap Creations. And of course, Master Soap Creations has that exclusive soap base that they have created for these Yaki shave soaps. We've reviewed these Yaki shave soaps. They make wonderful, wonderful lathers. And this scent is a good one. Again, very refined, very gentlemanly, and it's got a nice masculine edge to it. Perfect for an evening night out. My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaki for very kindly and generously sending along to the channel Opulence. Opulence from Yaki and Master Soap Creations. Give it a look. Well, wanted to remind you of some March releases from Phoenix Shaving that are going to go away at the end of March, so you might want to check these out and have them in your shave den. Terrific for spring and all year, as a matter of fact. First up, Tweed. Yeah, an homage to green Irish tweed. Top notes, lemon verbena. Heart notes, iris and violet leaf. Base notes, Mysore sandalwood and ambergris. A memorable herbal green opening peppered with moist dead leaves and Irish moss. The fragrance is rich, fresh, sporty, and unforgettable, just like you. Twee, an homage to green Irish tweed, one of the most epic Creed creations from yesteryear. When it dropped in 1985, it took the fragrance world by storm. Similar to Cool Water, yet more complex and, dare I say, even more masculine. Worn by the likes of Cary Grant, Sinatra, Clint Eastwood, to even Ozzy Osbourne, if you can believe that. Needless to say, this fragrance is pretty epic. Being such a versatile, non-overbearing scent, it may be worn any time of year or time of day. Upon first sniff, one is immediately whisked away to the dewy, undulating green landscape of Ireland. Oh, yeah, that is great. Yeah, and if you like green Irish tweed, any of the other green Irish tweed scents that are out there, you're going to love Twee. They also have a Twoob, which is the Twee Cube 2.0 available from Phoenix Shaving. Twee, available during March. Give it a look. Also from Phoenix Shaving, another March seasonal release, Irish Coffee. That's right, here's the scent profile. Coffee, cream liquor, vanilla, benzoin, a dash of butterscotch, and Irish whiskey. Available through the month of March. This is your chance to get your hands on a lost classic that Shave Cadets have been begging us to resurrect again. Consider this your gold at the end of the rainbow, but don't wait too long because just like a perfectly poured Irish coffee, it won't last forever. So raise your mug, lather and all, and toast to a most festive shave and the coming spring. From Phoenix Shaving, Irish Coffee, give it a look. And another Phoenix Shaving March tradition, an homage to classic Brut, Et Tu. That's right. Here's the scent profile. Top notes are lavender, anise, lemon, basil, and bergamot. Heart notes are geranium, ling-ling, and jasmine. Base notes are sandalwood, vetiver, patchouli, oak moss, vanilla, and tonka bean. That's right. Et Tu, an homage to classic Brut. For those who remember the bold green splash of classic Brut, our Et Tu is a loving tribute to the original formulation, evoking that unmistakable barbershop fresh sophistication with a nostalgic twist. If you've ever wished for a truer, richer version of Brut, closer to the way it was when Fabergé first launched it in 1964, this is for you. Et Tu from Phoenix Shaving. Give it a look. Well, we introduced this shaving soap to you last week from Strike Gold Shave, and Frank Missa of Strike Gold Shave very kindly sent it along to the channel, allowing me to share with all of you. Here it is, Man of the People. Boy, is this a great scent. We have the shave soap and also the aftershave splash. We're going to get a review done on this. This is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful scent. Oh, man. Here's the scent profile. Merlot features velvety plums, apples, red raspberries, and strawberries with a light alcohol spicy background. Cabernet Sauvignon focuses on wild grapes, strawberries, and sweet sugary notes. Pinot Noir highlights grapes and black cherries with cedarwood. Boy, this is a great, great scent. Really, really terrific. I think this will be perfect for the spring and summer seasons. Absolutely. It's got that kind of, just that, it has that I guess you can say that medley, that fruit medley going for it, but it also has that spicy kind of bass note going on there too. Kind of ties it all together. This is really nice. Very refreshing. Oh, yeah, this is a great, great change of pace. So check it out from Strike Gold Shave, Man of the People, the shave soap, and the aftershave splash. We're going to get a review done on this. My thanks again to Frank Missa for very kindly and generously sending this along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. We'll have links below to Man of the People from Strike Gold Shave. Well, I also want to remind you once more about Caddis Whipped Beef Tallow Balm. They have a promotion going on, 30% off until April 30th, 2026. We'll have a link below where you can get that discount. My thanks to Eric Zhang and everyone at Sonicare and Caddis for passing that along to all the viewers. Again, a really nice whipped beef tallow balm from Caddis, 30% off. We'll have the link below. Give it a look. And that wraps up this week's look at New Wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Hey, this comes from Roderick McLeod. I received this email from him, and this is regarding the Keurig brewing machines that we've been talking about. And Roderick says here, Mark, here are a couple of articles that reference what I was talking about. It was about the Keurig 2.0 brewers, not the smart brewers. So write down the date. I was kind of wrong about something. You got some smileys after that. The 2.0 was something Keurig did after the patent on the cup expired to deter the use of unlicensed cups. 2.0 was introduced in 2014. Smart brewers were introduced in 2021. Great show as always, Roderick, and we'll have all those links below so you can do a little research and read up on what Roderick is pointing out here. Roderick, thanks again very, very much. Well, we received this email heads up from Shavesplash.com. They've got a terrific article on Chris Cullen of Katie's Bubbles. The headline reads, Chris Cullen of Katie's Bubbles on scent, story, and connection. I'll share just a little bit with you. We'll have a link below where you can read the article in its entirety. It begins here. Founded in 2013 by Chris Cullen, Katie's Bubbles is a brand synonymous with artisan wet shaving. Named after his daughter, it has become a fixture of the community, known for quality, originality, and an uncompromising commitment to performance. Chris is a rare figure in the industry, entirely self-taught, yet guided by a sharp scientific mind, relentless experimentation, and a deep passion for the craft. In many ways, he is a perfectionist, always striving for better lather, better balance, and better scent composition. Well, that's a little bit of the article. I recommend you go up there at Shavesplash.com and give it a read. It is absolutely wonderful, and you'll learn a little bit more about Chris Cullen and Katie's Bubbles, and maybe even get over to the website and give some of his shave soaps and splashes a go. Hey, my thanks to the folks at Shavesplash.com for sending this along to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Give it a look. Chris Cullen of Katie's Bubbles on scent, story, and connection. We'll have the link below. And here's another reminder that the Razor Company is having their meetup the very next day after the Maggard meetup. That's right, the Razor Company's meetup is on Sunday, April 26th, 2026 from 12 noon to 4 p.m. They're going to have food and swag bags for everyone. They're located at 2678 Orchard Lake Road, Sylvan Lake, Michigan, 48320. We'll have a link to the Razor Company's website where you can contact them and get more information. The Razor Company meetup, Sunday, April 26th, 2026, from 12 noon to 4 p.m. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.